everybody. I'm Teresa.
And I'm Ronnie.
And we're the Traveling Gilberts.
Coming at you again with another cruise tip video for first-time cruisers and maybe even the seasoned cruisers.
Seasoned cruisers.
And today is how to pick your room, what room to book, what are the different types of rooms, what is best for you. So what do you think? What is your favorite room? Do you have a favorite room?
I like them all. If I'm on a cruise, I like all the rooms.
Well,
I do. But I will tell you, I don't like one, and not that you don't have to book that sometimes, but I don't like one where you have to walk a country mile to get to the middle of the ship.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go through all the different kinds of rooms and let's talk about some pros and cons.
Okay.
So we're going interior room. We'll go the cheapest room you can get is an interior room. Now, what are the pros and what are the cons of an interior room?
If you're claustrophobic, might not be for you. And we've stayed in a very, very little tiny one. It was one where we let them pick the room for us. And it was very small.
Yeah, and the medium ships and the smaller ships, interior room means you're in a room with no windows and the bed and a desk, and that's pretty much it. Now, they do have a picture window, they call them interiors, and then there are some on some of the newer ships that they call a premium interior room, which actually has a couch with it. But the regular interior room is just pretty much your bed, your bathroom, and a desk, and maybe it's got all the things. It just don't have a couch.
So they're very small. So like he said, that's or like I said, that's one of the things that may be a negative for you, especially if you got a lot of clothes or you just like to be able to spread out. You're not going to be able to do that. We were in one time where the bed was pushed up against the wall, and there was actually, it like jutted out like this. Well, here's the bed, and there's the rest of it. I had to crawl in behind it to get in there.
Yeah. She had to crawl to her side of the bed.
Yeah.
That's just the way it was.
Yep. So that's an interior room.
That was the smallest room we'd ever been on, I think.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would say would be negative about an interior room.
Yeah, because the interior room, I think some of the pros. Let's talk about some of the pros. The pros is there is no window. So if you cut the lights out and shut the door, it's dark no matter what time of day it is.
You can sleep.
You can take a good old nap.
If you want to stay up all night long, you're not going to be bothered.
And they're cheap. Once again, they are the cheapest option on a cruise ship. You can get... we'll get into the where to book. Right now, we'll just go about the rooms.
Okay.
So, but anyway, that's interior. Then you have... the deluxe interior, which is, kind of, like I said, just a couch, and that's all that's extra. Then you have...
Which a couch is a big deal, though.
The couch, somewhere to sit down is a big deal. Next one, I think, would be an ocean view. And back in the old days, they used to have a porthole. I don't know if they still have porthole cabins or not.
I'm sure some of the ships do.
But that's the little small window, and you don't really, that's, that's what it is. But ocean view. We've had ocean view. Ocean view is a big window, and I actually could sit inside the window. Remember that? I sit inside the window. There's a little shelf there, some extra storage, I guess you would say. But if you needed just some light to come in, or you just wanted to, look outside, that's an option.
Size-wise, they're about the same as an interior room. So,
like I said, you can see the sun in the morning. Maybe say, hey, I feel like I'm all right. And the next was, of course, a balcony. Balcony, a little bit bigger. Most time, always has a couch.
Yep.
And you can open up the sliding glass door and go outside and get out of the room, and you're looking at the ocean.
The ocean, that's right. And it's beautiful. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it is nice just to sit there undisturbed. But most of the time on your balcony, you're going to be disturbed anyway, because there's all of these other people out on their balcony. If you're next to somebody that's loud, they may be out there all the time. They may be trying to sneak a smoke, whatever.
Yep.
So it's nice. I do like a balcony.
And there's so many different balconies. There's the cove balcony. There's the extended balcony. There's the aft balcony. There's all these different kinds of balconies, but you're not private. Don't be doing no mess out there, because you got somebody above you most times. You got somebody beside you. Don't be naked out there, because somebody's going to see you.
Yeah, so the extended balcony just goes out a little further, a little deeper.
A little longer, yeah.
Cove balcony
is closest to the water. Cove balcony is closest to the water.
Which could be a plus.
Yeah, it really is. because we would sit there and watch some flying fish all day long. It was really nice. And they're nice to go into port. And I believe if I was going to Alaska, I would want a balcony just because I could see all the things that there
For
is
sure.
to see. So
Alaska trip.
yeah, an Alaska trip, I would want a balcony. So there, like I said, pros, cons, Now,
Cons, they're more
Well,
expensive, obviously.
they're more expensive. Another con is, if you want to be alone. A lot of times, you can hear more things, outside. They're cleaning. They have to go out there and clean that little part. They have to.
I'll be honest though, I've seen them one time cleaning my balcony. They give you warning. So.
Yeah, and another thing, you walk out there. Don't walk out there in your socks because that floor seems like it's always wet.
Yeah.
It seems like it's always wet. But somewhere to hang your swimsuit to dry.
That's definitely a pro to me.
So, yeah. All right. Next, I would think you would. I'm gonna go instead of going straight to the suites. I'm gonna think.
What's an aft balcony?
Aft balcony's in the back of the ship.
Okay.
The aft is the back of the ship.
And there's an obstructive view.
And an obstructed view, and there is an obstructed view, ocean view. I don't think it is on a balcony, but I think it is on an ocean view. There's an obstructive view. Basically, you're looking at the lifeboats most time, or you're looking at a pole or something like that.
Right.
And the aft balcony is the balcony in the very back of the ship, and they can be a plus too, especially on the bigger ships, where you have the aqua shows and all those different kinds of things. It's kind of nice because you got front row seats and you ain't left your room. Handicap room. We actually had a friend of ours who had a handicap room. He invited us over to take a look at it and vlog a little bit of it. Has a bathtub in it. Has a, and everything's, you can just get around a lot better.
Yeah,
There's a lot
it's
of
pretty
room.
good size, yeah.
A lot of room. It's more like a living room over to the side that you can kind of sit with the couch, so it's a good ways off from the bed. It had little ramps that would that you could go out onto the balcony with. It was really cool.
They will let you book a handicap room. However, if
A handicapped person needs it.
right, if there is someone else that's handicapped that needs the room, you'll get bumped from that. But if it's available, you can book it.
Yeah, that's true. So, if you got some issues, I guess you could book it. But if somebody's got paperwork, there you go.
Right.
So, suites. They have junior suites, grand suites, presidential suites. They just get more bougie as you get on up. Some have couches, some have dining room tables. They have a butler service. They have all these different kinds of things. I know Carnival now has what they call a Havana area. They have their own pool area. They have their own, jacuzzi. Some of them have their own restaurants.
Well, to share with the other
To share
Havana.
with
Right.
those group of people that buy those cabins.
Right.
Yeah. There's cabanas out there. There's all kinds of little things, perks. If you're willing to spend the money, you can live like a king if you've got that kind of cash. And especially on Royal. Royal's got some 2-story rooms with slides that come down. They have their own butler that will, make sure that all your wants and needs are taken
And
care
if
of.
y'all need roommates when you book those, just, let us know. We would love to come show you around and help you cruise.
That's right, and we'd love to look at your room. But anyway.
Stay in your room with you.
Yeah, some of like I said, you can go from $400 or $500, a person to, on a room to $24,000, $48,000, whatever you want to spend, and yeah. So there are the rooms. There. Now we're going to kind of talk about where on the ship do you want your room to be? And you have the forward, midship, and the aft. So we always like the midship. I'll tell you why I like midship. Midship is a lot less movement. It's the elevators are closer to the things I wanted to do. I want to eat. I want to gamble. I want to drink. The midship is usually where all that is, or at least it's not far from, either way I walk, forward or back.
And I think it depends on what you want to do. If you're like, I'm going to stay in the spa 24/7, you want to get your room close to the spa. If you're, you want to be close to where you're going to be dining, that's another thing. So if you're one of those that doesn't want to walk a whole lot, if you want to make sure that you're able to get to the Lido with the quickness. So it just depends on where you want to be. And he's right. Our preference is midship because we do like going outside, and we like being, just kind of close to all the action, which is where most of the action is. I mean, your bars, that's where everything originates. Obviously, there's going to be stuff on both ends of the ship. So just check your ship out and see what appeals to you. Are you going to want to go to all the shows? You might want to get your room on that end of the ship where they're going to have the shows. So it's entirely up to the individual, I think.
That's right. And the cruise tip. Find out where the nightclub is. Find out where the casino is. Find out where any of the late night action is. You do not want your cabin right below that, and you don't want your cabin right above that, just before the noise level, because it don't shut down. The cruise ship, it really doesn't shut down. I mean, it gets slower between 2 in the morning and 6 in the morning, but it doesn't really shut down.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. If that was the last room on the ship, I'm gonna take it if I want to go on that cruise.
Now let's talk about location up and down wise. All right, we've done the front, the aft. The front of the ship, if you're in the front of the ship and if you're higher in the ship, you're going to feel more of the motion of the ocean. If you are in the back of the ship, lower it's going to be louder because you're going to be closer to the engines. Higher, you're still going to get a little motion. And the higher you go on the ship, the more motion you're going to feel.
Right.
So that's why we like to pick midship. We've been on the first floor. We've been on the second floor. We've been on the very bottom. I mean, we've been on the bottom as far as you can go without stepping in the water. And I've never had a problem. I've never had a motion problem.
Well, except for that one time, that chain or whatever it was on the outside of the ship just banging all night
That was on an ocean view, and we were on about the 8th floor, I think it was, and that was something wasn't tied down outside, and it was just beating the heck out of the side of the wall. But that's once again, that's one of those things. You just have to. If it bugs you enough, you need to call somebody, and if not, just live with it. So there it is. I think that's pretty much everything, unless y'all can think of something else. If there's something else you think of that you want to ask or whatever, leave it in the comments. We'll get back with you. And yeah. All right. He said, she said. Ooh, baby.
What you got?
All right.
Bring it on.
You can have, I ain't talking suite. I'm talking just balcony, ocean view, interior. What is your preference? If you can have any of them, they're going to cost the same amount of money. That you can just get whichever one you want. Which one you want?
I'm going with the balcony.
You're going balcony? All right, let's say the balcony's in a bad spot, but the interior's in a good spot. Same thing?
Probably.
So you prefer a balcony, period.
I prefer a balcony.
I prefer the couch. Now, I've been in interior rooms that have a couch. I've been in ocean view that have a couch. And, of course, balconies have a couch. I think as long as I have a couch, I'm good.
So you would go with the interior with the location versus the room?
If it had a couch.
If it had a couch.
I would.
I'm a balcony girl. I'll walk.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't spend so much time out there on the balcony. I don't spend a whole lot of time in the room, period. But, in the mornings, it's kind of nice. If I drank coffee, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But like I said, I like being able to hang out in my swimsuit to dry. Or if we got shoes that have sand on them, I can set them out there. And I do like walking out there. I mean, I'll walk out there. When I'm in the room, I usually always walk out there. But he's right. I'm not in the room very much. So I'm good either way. But my preference is a balcony.
There you go. So, what is your favorite? Leave it in the comments. Do you have a favorite? Some people I know, they only do balconies, won't do anything else. I'll do any of them. It really don't matter to me. If I can afford another cruise because it's in the interior, that's what I'm going to book.
That's right.
So, until next time, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and the notification bell. We would really appreciate it.
So, y'all have a good one. Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.